This is from mamamia.com.au, a story called There Are Abandoned Staircases All Over the National Forests, and No One Knows Why. And we're just reading portions of this story tonight. It's written by Marta Jari. These are excerpts from Marta Jari's story. A thread about creepy happenings in national parks led to an unusual bit of folklore. User after user said they had heard of the staircases, or had seen them too, sometimes as far as 60 kilometers deep into the forest. At first the stories came from all over America: New England, West Virginia, New Hampshire, Montana, Detroit. Then sightings of the staircases came from as disparate places as Portugal, Brazil, Germany, Norway, and the Philippines. The first person to tell such a story of the stairs was Search and Rescue Woods, an American Reddit user who claimed to be a member of a volunteer search and rescue unit, or an SAR unit. And here's a quote. "I don't know if this is true in every SAR unit, but in mine it's sort of an unspoken regular thing we run into. On just about every case where we're really far into the wilderness, I'm talking 30, 40 miles, at some point, we'll find a staircase in the middle of the woods. It's almost like if you took the stairs in your house, cut 'em out, and put 'em in the forest," they write. "I asked about it the first time I saw some, and the other officer just told me not to worry about it, that it was normal. Everyone I asked said the same thing. I wanted to go check them out, but I was told very emphatically that I should never go near any of them. I was just to sort of ignore them. And now I do ignore them when I run into them, because it happens so frequently." They went on to explain one SAR officer had seen staircases that were flipped upside down. I guess it would be like if you had a dollhouse and the stairs were a separate piece. Now take that, flip it topsy-turvy so the top step is stuck in the dirt, and put it out in the woods. Others quickly chimed in with similar experiences. Reddit user Jeep Dave wrote, "How about that? I didn't realize the stairs were that common." He explained, "I came across a set in rural West Virginia. I don't think I was quite 40 miles deep, but at least 10 or better. I thought maybe a house had once stood there, but there was no cellar. There was no other debris that would indicate a home was there before, just a set of stairs, with a base that went up maybe one flight, 16 steps or so, if I remember right, and sturdy. You could barely shake 'em. I didn't climb 'em, though, worried I might break or fall over when I was alone." One user, Taylor Ann Shazam, saw some in Michigan, and she writes, "An hour east of Ironwood, there's a clearing in the forest that has stairs. I was hiking and exploring with my cousins, and we stumbled on a clearing about half a football field long. Had a few staircases, but not against trees, just standing in the open. They looked like stairs from a normal suburban home, kind of old, though. The older cousin decided to investigate. He walked to the stairs to see how they were being held up. Couldn't find anything which weirded him out. He made us all leave. One other thing, grass does not grow near these stairs either." One set of stairs was even found in the middle of a lake, with one comment claiming, "I distinctly remember finding a set of stairs coming out of the lake with my family. My father, sister, and me had been on a trip in a boat. We were riding fairly close to the shore, rounded a corner, and came upon a set of stairs sticking 3 to 4 feet out of the water. Nothing else around at all." While most of these stories come from the U.S., others around the world claim to have counted those stairs as well. German Redditor TK622 is one of the few people to have snapped an image of the stairs upon which they stumbled. The Redditor writes, "I saw some stairs in the woods a few years ago. Didn't know what to think of them and took a picture. They were covered in moss, but had a railing on one side. While the stairs in the photo aren't as grandiose as those imagined in other people's tales, they still seem unnervingly out of place. Just metal stairs, in the middle of the woods, surrounded by trees, leading nowhere." One user, Dosaki, claims to have seen the stairs in Portugal, writing, "About the stairs. I've seen a few stairs leading up to nowhere in Portuguese forests and fields. They don't look creepy. Perhaps the only unsettling thing about them is that there are no visible signs of that area ever having had a building." Norwegian Redditor Holy Crap Space says they have come across the staircases too, and it scared them silly. Quote, "I made an account just to post this comment. A few months back, while visiting Gramps in Lillesand, southern Norway, we went hiking. Nothing big, just a walk and a picnic in some woods. With us were my niece and nephew, who were both quite young, so I joined them in hide-and-seek while the proper grown-ups had coffee and whatnot. Me and my nephew were the first to hide, but we split up, and I ran alone quite a ways into a thicket of woods. And I found a staircase. Nothing remarkable, riddled with moss and made from what looked like really old concrete, with large pebbles of rocks in it. It really didn't seem out of place at the time, but thinking back... Anyway, I decided it was fit for a hiding place, but after only a few seconds of squatting behind it, I got up and stepped back. I couldn't shake the feeling that I really shouldn't be anywhere near it. I suddenly had this feeling of being severely unwelcome, and that I should get as far away from it as possible. So I ran to my family and I didn't look back. Thinking about it now, it still gives me the same sort of twisted, wrong feeling." And it says here one more time, sometimes a well-maintained grave will be found nearby. I've heard no mention of graves anywhere else in any Stairs of the Wood stories. Only from Marta. Dear Marta Jari. There are several theories about what the stairs may be. Perhaps they're simply the foundations of fleeting and long-lost settlements, particularly from America's 1800s gold rush. Lots of speculation going on here. Sturdy staircases having survived 200 years of weather, rot, and erosion, whereas wooden structures do not. Others have more sinister ideas. Perhaps they are not stairs at all, but a pulpit for a preacher, holding some kind of dark-sided clandestine gathering. Never heard of that one either. Perhaps they're a gateway to another dimension, or to hell. Of that I've heard. It's hard to know, continues the author, as few has ever dared climb the staircases, with most who say they encountered them reporting feeling unnerved, unwelcome, or even nauseous in their presence, leading them to flee. However, one brave Reddit user based in Detroit says they have climbed one such abandoned staircase, and the results are unsurprisingly spooky. Case 9 writes, "I found the staircase while walking through foliage so thick I didn't see it until it was almost underfoot. The stairs were made of loose cobble and moist earth, like they were a work of masonry once long ago. I climbed the stairs thoughtlessly, half expecting there to be another landing to greet me at the top. There wasn't, though. Just another crumbly step and an unimpressive view. Something caught my eye as I craned my head. The bushes were packed tight, except where the stumps of dead trees formed sunken wells around them. And from one of the craters, someone was looking at me. I remember clearly their dark, lean face, their round eyes black, No sooner had I seen the face than it disappeared again. Only then did I have the foresight to take off down the steps and back through the bushes and brambles. Another user, Octem, had a foreboding warning for those who come across the staircases, writing, "Stairs in the woods are a thing where I'm from, but we know that we shouldn't go near them, and we avoid them when we run into one." That's what I've been told by my family.